G'day frothers! Welcome back to the bench. It is Bolted Down Under here, and today I have too many little tools on my bench. This is a whole bunch of compact rotary hammers that I've been testing lately, and you know what? I'm just going to show you all at once how they go. So today, stick around, we are having a rotary ham stravaganza. So as you can see, I've got a literal pile of compact or subcompact rotary hammers, depending on who you ask. And I've been putting these guys through their paces, doing speed tests out on my bricks out the backyard. And I figured let's just throw these all in one big video and see how they go. So let's meet the contenders. First up, from Milwaukee. Am I saying that right?
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land.
From Milwaukee, we have the M18BH. It is 16 millimeters, 18 volts, brushed, 2-mode. Also from Milwaukee, we have the M12CH. 2-mode, brushless, 12 volts, and 16 millimeter capacity. From Makita, we've got the DHR171. It is 18 volts, brushless, 2-mode, 17 millimeter capacity. From Makita, we've got the DHR182. It is 18 volts, 3 modes, 18 millimeter capacity, and brushless. From Bosch, we got the GBH18VEC. This is brushless, 3 mode, 18 volt, 18 millimeter capacity. From Metabo, and that's the German Metabo, not the like Hitachi Metabo you get in America. It is the BH18LTX-BL16. 18 volts, brushless, 2-mode, 16 millimeter capacity. And from the venerable Hilti, we got the TE4A22. So she is 22 volts, brushed tool, 2-mode, 16 millimeter capacity. And as you can see, this is not a brand new battery. But look guys, these are bloody expensive and I'm not made of money. Come on. Anyway, she works great. Let's see how she goes. And from DeWalt, it is the Killer Bee, our little favorite, the DCH172. 18 volts, or 20, depending on where you are. 2-mode, brushless, 16 millimeter capacity. Now, we've already done a full review video for this little guy, unlike the rest, but, you know, I couldn't do a competition like this without the little Killer Bee. Come on, guys. Good stuff. So for our first test, we are doing drill speed with an 8mm bit. Now this size is really the bread and butter for these little compact hammers. You're going to do your little concrete screws, your little wall plugs, your little dynabolts, all sorts of stuff. Let's see how they go. So these 8mm bits, they do sit pretty tight in the hole. They don't have much wiggle room. The dust will bind up pretty quickly when you're drilling downwards, and they actually test the torque of these little drills pretty well. Some of them do struggle because of this. Quick shout out to everyone who subscribed lately and, you know, all the commenters and all that. You hammerheads are really making this a lot more interesting place to be, and it's great to see we're making a little community here. Alright, so for the 8mm speed test, first place got taken out by the bigger of the Makitas, the DHR 182. Second place was the Hilti. Third place, the Bosch. Then in fourth place we had the DeWalt, followed by the Metabo, the little Makita, the little Milwaukee, and then the big Milwaukee. So next we got the 14mm speed test. This is sort of medium sized in the grand scheme of things, but for these little hammers, this is towards the upper end of their range. You might drill a 14mm hole for a 12mm glue-in stud. So the workpiece I'm drilling here is a concrete retaining wall block. These guys usually have a compressive strength of 12 to 15 megapascals, so they're not quite as tough as poured concrete, which usually starts at 20 MPa. So these drill speeds are probably going to be a little bit quicker than what you'd get in poured concrete. So for all you regular viewers out there, I will be doing my normal reviews for all of these drills as well. Don't you worry. I just couldn't use this test footage in those videos for science reasons. Right, and in the 14mm race, we got the Makita once again in first place. Second place, we had the DeWalt, and third place, we had the Hilti. And in fourth place, we had the Bosch, followed by the Metabo, the big Milwaukee, the little Makita, and the little Milwaukee. And lastly, we got the maximum capacity. So 16, 17, 18mm. They each get one of these as appropriate, a brand new one for this test. And I don't know what you're going to be installing in these sizes, but anyway, let's see how it goes. Now, the maximum capacity is how big you can drill occasionally without breaking the drill, so they say. They'll do it, but they won't really like it. These drills are all better suited to drilling smaller holes, and they won't really like working at their max capacity. Well, actually, that one liked it fine. And for the max capacity, I'm starting to see a pattern here. We got the DHR 182 in first place again. And second place this time was the Hilti. Third place, the DeWalt. Then in fourth place, the Metabo, followed by the Bosch, the big Milwaukee, the little Milwaukee, and then the little Makita. So, how does it wash up? Well, no real surprises there. First place in every single category was the Makita DHR 182. And I've got to say, well deserved. This is one of my absolute favorite drills. In spite of the funny shape, which, yeah, you do get used to, this is just a real nice little unit. So, honorable mention goes to the Hilti, of course. This particular one has been sitting on somebody's shelf since 2013, and it is a brush tool as well, so it still handled itself very well. One thing to note is this is 16mm capacity, whereas the newer versions are 18mm. So anyway, there you go. Hilti's changed their mind at some point. And of course, the little Killer Bee, one of the newer designs in my collection. This one is just an absolute dream to use. A little bit of a wobble on the chuck here, but didn't slow it down at all. DeWalt's got a really strong rotary hammer game, so you know, if you're in yellow, go get one. And honorable mentions go to the Bosch. I got to say, I really like this drill. It is a great idea. If you're in a Bosch, if you want a nice compact little hammer, go get one of these if you can. This is a brilliant little tool, handles itself really nicely. And in fifth place came the Metabo. So this little guy is a real nice little drill, very nice build quality. Even with the giant battery on there, it's still really nicely balanced. It's a real nice one to use. In sixth place, we got the Makita DHR 171, and this is one of my favorites, this little guy. I know I say that a lot, but hey, it's just true. I love the feel of it, and I love the fact that it's got nice vibration control, and it's really well balanced for one-handed use. A real nice little tool. And in second last and last place, we've got the wooden spooners, the Milwaukees, and the M18BH in seventh place. Boys, what are you doing, Milwaukee? Give us a brushless version. Like, look, this is a real nice tool to use. I was surprised about how good it went, how light it is, how nice it feels. It is a really good compact hammer, but brushless, for the love of God, give us brushless. Now, this little guy, it is a 12-volt drill. The rest are 18 or 22. So this is the only 12-volt tool in this race today. You don't really expect it to stack up against the bigger boys, but look, it's really nice. It's a really nice ride, very comfy to use. Obviously, if you're into red, you will get yourself one of these if you're after a small hammer. All right, frothers, well, that is it from me and the gang. Thanks very much for watching, and you know what, if you're into this kind of thing, do stick around, chuck us a like and even a cheeky subscribe. You know, subscribing is the best way to help me and any other YouTubers. If you've watched, you know, 2 or 3 of their videos, smash that subscribe button, because you know what, those ads that you watch before our videos, we don't get any of that ad revenue unless we get enough subscribers. So please do hit that subscribe button. And yeah, you know, that's going to be it from me and the gang. I will scratch yous later, and thanks for joining us.